Welcome back to Rum and Real Estate episode 97. We are continuing top 5 month here in December. We're following up the top 5 most underrated features with today's top 5 most overrated home features. These are features that people think are really cool and they say they really want them in their homes, but it turns out that they're probably impractical, maybe too expensive for what they are, and just they don't live up to the hype. Basically because they don't end up using them nearly as much as they think that they would for as cool as they seem to have been. Y'all are probably going to think I'm nuts for putting a couple of these on this list, but that's what top 5 lists are for. So let's get to it. For this top 5 list, I'm drinking Noire small batch rum from Lafayette, Louisiana. Now, I was scared to try this rum because admittedly I've been burned way too many times in the show with rums that were made in America. But this one's made in Lafayette, which is just down the street from Bayou Rum, which is in Lacassine. So I said, surely this must be as good as Bayou because it's also using Louisiana sugarcane. Wrong. This one sucks. And I'm going to suffer through it because I've committed to it for the show. But like when I opened it, it had this strange like wine-like aroma that immediately put me on alert. Like this is not a rum smell. And then it has just a strange bittery taste that is very similar. Like I still don't even know what the spice is, but it's very similar to other like crappy American rums that have had like 3-Roll Estate, which is here in Baton Rouge, and Texas Spiced Rum, which I have not even dared to put on this show yet. I paid $32 for this, and I'm definitely going to rate this one right now as not worth the purchase price. And in fact, I wouldn't pay any price for this one ever again. All right, let's get down to business. The top 5 most overrated home features. Number 5, pot fillers. Okay, I can hear the booze already, but hear me out. Hear me out on this. I'm calling these overrated because mainly they are so unnecessarily expensive to have installed for what amounts to the convenience of not having to walk 2 or 3 feet to your sink to fill a pot with water. I mean, unless you're boiling pasta 3 times a day, I'm Italian, I think that would be great, but it's probably not likely. I mean, how often do you really use it? You know, my other beef with these is that when it comes to the water lines you have to have in the wall, and then you have to tile and grout around it with the backsplash, it's just another point of failure for leaks and tiles to come loose, which I've seen, and it's just another headache that you're going to end up having to deal with for something you probably don't use as much as you think you might. And it certainly doesn't justify the cost that you pay for these things. So I'm calling pot fillers my number 5, most overrated, home feature. Number 4, gas lanterns. Where do I start? They're on 24/7. They don't put off much light. And if the flame does go out, you probably won't know it for several days unless someone comes to your front door and smells it and tells you that your flame's out. Like, I can't tell you how many houses go on the show that I can smell that gas instantly. And I know the homeowner had no clue that that flame was out because they may have moved away already. And then they have to come back and get it lit. It's, quite frankly, I think it's stupid that these things don't have like a simple on-off switch like a ventless fireplace does. At least those have like a little, remote control that you can turn it on and off with. Gas lanterns on the front porch are overrated, and you can get the same effect with a properly chosen electric lantern on the front of your house. And there's no fire hazard. Number 3, wood look tile flooring. Okay, put the pitchforks away. There's a nuance here that I'm speaking of in particular. What I mean is wood look tile that is installed like a regular tile, where it's all the wood tiles are the same length and the same pattern across the room. instead of various lengths like a regular wood floor is installed. You would never lay a natural wood floor or an engineered hardwood floor with such geometric precision. So stop laying wood look tile that way. It looks stupid and, quite frankly, a little lazy, because it means the installer wasn't willing to take the extra time to make a couple of cuts to give the floor an aesthetic feel like a wood floor, even though it's wood look tile. So I think, really, if I'm going to be honest, I actually think the trend is over. I think the wood look tile trend is over, and I'm going to say, I'm going to say it. Wood look tile in general is overrated. I said it. Number 2, wide open floor plans. Is there really much to say here? I mean, I understand that lots of people like the open floor plan for entertaining purposes, but seriously, like, the architectural interest of the home has just been completely thrown out to make what amounts to a giant community center in your house with a hallway for bedrooms. There's just no separation of space for distinct activities or uses, even if you wanted to do that. And actually, in my opinion, I think the worst part is that due to its design, it's actually harder to place furniture because there just aren't like as many walls to guide from to create interesting layouts for your furniture. Several clients I've sold homes to that initially liked this open concept have confided in me that it really kind of made putting furniture in their house a little more difficult than they anticipated, to the point where they've sold the stuff they liked to buy stuff that made more sense for that space, such as the space dictated the furniture that they could have rather than choosing whatever they wanted. And they never hang the chandeliers in the right spot for the dining rooms in these things. Never. So, open floor plans, overrated. And the number 1 most overrated home feature is jetted tubs. These things are a nightmare. I feel like they became like standard issue in new homes somewhere around the late 80s, early 90s to give people this sense of luxury. And it was like, oh wow, that's so cool. I could take a jacuzzi bath every night. It's going to feel great. No, you're not. You'll do it for a little bit, and then you realize that a shower is going to be more efficient with your time on a daily basis. And then maybe you'll take a bath, once in a while. And meanwhile, the jets and the plumbing are going to start to get, slowly get gunked up from bugs and dust and the soap scum from all the baths that you did take. And then it's going to turn into 6 months before you use it. And then when you finally decide, I haven't taken a jacuzzi bath in a while, you're going to go turn those jets on, and all that crap's going to spew out into the tub, gross you out, and then you'll make you want to use it even less. Jetted tubs were a good idea in theory, but they're, like, in today's way of living, the way people live today, they're completely impractical. And the maintenance on them is a nightmare if you don't have a schedule to actually do it. And from personal experience, a giant red 6-seater Morgan spa in your master bathroom is also overrated. Trust me. So that's my list of the top 5 most overrated home features. Now, I'm a big boy. I'm prepared to get roasted over this because I know, if nothing else, the wood look tile thing is probably upset you that I put it on this list. But I love to know what you think. If there's a feature that I may have missed that you think is really overrated, leave them in the comments below and we can maybe start another list. This has been Rum and Real Estate. Thank y'all for watching. Today we've been drinking Noire Rum from Lafayette, Louisiana. It's been terrible, but we made it through. But please just do me a favor. Please take a second. If you enjoyed the video, just go over to this side over here and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to see some more fun rum and real estate videos, you can check out the playlist over here. Again, thank you so much, and I will see you next time.